Why this subject has become very popular among the optional in recent times. If it is approached properly, it will always give you a sense that it has got a huge amount of connectivity from the past till contemporary time. So obviously candidates are moving towards history optional because one paper almost gets prepared automatically if history optional is taken. Hello everyone. I am Rashid Yasin, Senior Faculty at Khan Study Group. Today I am here to discuss about history optional, why candidates opt for history optional, what are the reasons behind popularity of history optional. Okay? As you all may be knowing that we have number of subjects to be opted as optional for UPSC examination, and optionals always play a decisive role in cracking this examination. History optional is one of the popular optional among the aspirants of civil services examination. Okay? First of all, why do candidates opt for history optional as a promising subject in UPSC mains examination? Okay? First of all, history is a highly interesting subject. Clear? If it is approached properly, clear, it will always give you a sense that it has got a huge amount of connectivity from the past till contemporary times. Clear? At the same time, apart from this, history has got some rhythm, some connectivity and some coherence of thought which enables us to understand the evolution of our past traditions. So obviously, this subject enables us to know the past of everyone, and therefore it becomes very vital and it becomes very important to know the past traditions. More importantly, why this subject has become very popular among the optional in recent times. Yeah, as you may be knowing, since 2013, the pattern of UPSC examination has been comprehensively changed, in which GS has acquired a large role. 4 papers of general studies are there, and if you look into GS paper 1, almost 70% of the section comprises of history optional. So obviously candidates are moving towards history optional because one paper almost gets prepared automatically if history optional is taken. Moreover, in preliminary examination, out of 100 questions, 15 to 20 questions every year are bound to appear from history. That increases the probability of candidate to get through in this examination, as prelims has become a big hurdle, even though being the initial hurdle of this examination. History options preferred because of scoring nature, because in the last few years we have found candidates scoring 300 plus in a frequent way. In fact, last to last year we had All India topper from history optional, and that makes it clear that this optional is a highly prospective optional and it is potentially preferred by the candidates. At the same time, history optional is also preferred and popular because history optional does not demand the high dynamism as required by other optional subjects like humanities or public administration, political science, or even geography. Yeah? It's quite static in nature, and once it is prepared, it enables you to master the subject off and on, and you have to keep on revising the same thing rather than getting worried about making some additions from contemporary developments. Clear? So relatively a static subject, once prepared, it is prepared, and it becomes very promising to just revise and get the mastery over the subject. History optional has also started to acquire huge amount of popularity these days, largely because it enables us to appear for essay paper as well with huge amount of ease and comfort. Because every time we get some of the topics related to history optional, and these topics are related to some thinkers, some philosophers like Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, the views of Jawaharlal Nehru, and obviously a student from history background has got more depth and understanding about these personalities, and therefore they attempt these essays with all integrity and multi-dimensional approach, and that enables them to score good marks in essay as well. So these are some major important areas to be known to opt history optional, because candidates are more and more inclined towards opting the subject, because it enables them to prepare for the whole examination, as it has got synonymity with GS, essay, and even it helps you to answer questions in interview board as well. Clear? More importantly, history optional Why has become very important these days? Because of the change in the syllabus of history optional itself. Clear? Because paper 1 of history optional comprises of ancient and medieval India. And in ancient India, there's one compulsory question which is asked on map pointing, and that is a very scoring section. Clear? If you are able to identify 20 sites given in the examination and able to write short descriptive notes, the scoring is almost mathematical in nature. Even if you score 80% marks in that, and once any candidate scores 80% in essay paper or in map entries, the score automatically shoots up to 150 plus. And 150 plus is always a preferred mark for any candidate to get through in this list with top rank. Clear? So in paper 1, it has become a very easy thing. First of all, if you are able to master the map entries section, which has become rather a favorite question of all the candidates opting for history as an optional subject. Clear? Coming to paper 2 of history optional, comprising of modern India and world history. Clear? Now, modern India, you have to attempt 5 short notes and 5 short notes on world history. Clear? Now, comparing with the syllabus of modern Indian history, it is almost synonymous with the GS modern India. And anyway, clear, all the topics that you are covering from short notes perspective in optional, 5 short notes and 3 long questions to be written, it obviously gives you a sense of completeness in modern Indian history, and that automatically prepares you to write modern Indian questions in GS paper 1 as well. So you are at the same time, you are not only preparing for history optional, you are preparing for general studies at large, and that enables your probability of being successful at the same time at highest level. All these points makes it very clear that this subject has really become highly promising for the aspirants. Clear? Moreover, the time required to prepare for this optional subject is at max 4 months. That is required by all the optional subjects. Clear? And there was a myth earlier that the syllabus of this subject is too long. But the best part with history optional syllabus is every topic and subtopic has been clearly mentioned. Clear? So you won't find any hidden topics in history optional. All the topics are clearly mentioned, explicitly mentioned, and if any candidate goes to examination room by preparing all the topics and subtopics of the syllabus, no question would be a surprising question for him, and with every question he will be having some proper ingredients to write a power-packed answer. So best part with history optional syllabus is the syllabus has been explicitly mentioned by UPSC itself. No inherent, no hidden topics to be worried about. Clear? So obviously the length of the syllabus becomes long. But if you take into consideration the time duration will be 4 months as it is consumed well to prepare other optional subjects. Clear? Moreover, in recent times, clear, history optional is largely being preferred because it relieves you from the burden of preparing current affairs largely. Clear? Because these days students are running after current affairs day and night, and obviously it is consuming both time and energy. Clear? But one optional is there that can save you from this concept of running after current affairs, because being largely static in nature, it enables you to again master over the preliminary ob subject as well, because out of 100 questions, 60 questions, 65 questions are still traditional questions, and out of that 15 to 20 questions are from history that obviously can be answered by any student from history optional background. Clear? So at the same time, it saves you time to crack prelims examination also, because that current affairs section that every candidate is running after. Clear? Those 30 questions, 25 questions are quite dicey in nature. Even after preparing round the year for current affairs, you may not be able to correct those answers, to be on a very practical side. But if you prepare traditional areas properly, predictability is quite high, and with that predictability, those questions can easily be handled. And one among those predictable areas is obviously the section on history and culture. An optional student doing that thoroughly will obviously be able to solve those questions at much more confidence. Clear? So with all these factors, clear, what my point is to highlight that there is a huge amount of rubbing effect of preparing history optional on GS as well, which has proved to be quite challenging these days. Clear? And therefore, with one single shot, you are ready for not only 500 marks of history optional, you are ready for almost 300 marks for GS for mains examination, and almost 15 to 20 questions in preliminary examination. And that single factor makes history optional the most promising optional in contemporary times, and therefore it has able to produce some all India toppers also with history optional in last few years. Thank you.